सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, Mahayogi Swami Umanand Saraswati ki jai. Friends, we are making good progress. First 14 cassettes, we talked about how to meditate and how to practice Kundalini Yoga on your own at home. And from 15th, we are trying to talk about what you need to inculcate in you, which is called faith. I have taken the support of various stories of great saints. It will be, in speaking about them, I will be almost getting their blessings again. So I'm glad I've chosen this particular way of passing on the information. We talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was from somewhere in 1400 and born on about 18th February of that decade, 1400 and something, 50 or 80, something somewhere there. Today I am going to tell you the importance of Saptah. Saptah is a 7-day program. Now suppose you are, after listening to the concept of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one of you might be tempted to read about him. Please, it is up to you, but there will be many more saints I will be talking about. But if you feel like wanting to read about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or some great saint, bring a smaller version, a small book first. Let us say bring a book, say about 150 pages or something. And now we are going to make that reading into a program. It's not going to be just a casual reading lying down on your bed and reading with some light near you at night and falling asleep when you are reading halfway through. No, we'll try and make it a little program because you want to make progress in your spiritual studies. So we are going to try and convert it into a 7-day program which is called Saptah. 7-day program is called Saptah. Now what do you do when you are saying about it? It's a Saptah. Remember that you have brought the book. It's a holy book. So we are going to try and first keep it wrapped up in a nice little velvet or some nice little cloth. It's up to you. It's just a nice way of working towards spiritual progress. So one of the ways is this. So you bring the book, you keep it nicely wrapped, and then you're going to start about it on a very good auspicious day. Choose a nice day when you're free, when you're comfortable, when you have a holiday, and get up. But don't forget Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is essential. Between 3 to 6. Oh, it's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Morning 3 hours, you will make such quick progress, you will not believe it. So you take about 3 hours in the morning, and now you have chosen a proper seat. I told you right in my first few cassettes that you need to choose a corner. You need to work during the time when the house is not active, and you need to sit quietly in a nice place, if possible, with fresh clothes and whatever. And then you try and light a little lamp or little fragrance and sit very comfortably and believe in yourself that you are doing an auspicious work. Don't think it's something like casual thing. It makes difference, so do it. So now we are going to sit there and start reading. Now we have a book about 150 pages and we have 7-day program. Therefore daily we are going to read about 20 to 21 pages. Now on the first day you're going to offer something. It's a live, vibrant, energy carrying, radiating volume or book. You can look upon it as a Shastra or a holy work or a scripture, because that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. And then you're going to start reading. So first keep a little sugar or a jaggery and little water for gods. And then you start reading. Now first day you read 20-21 pages. After completing the reading, wrap the book up again properly, offer a little flower upon it, and then you start your routine. The routine you decide. Sometimes some people keep the 7 days as 1-day meal. They have 1 meal a day and they keep it as a fast. But that is all up to you. You can even be on fruits, or you can even just be a little light. That's about all. So now you continue it the same routine for next 7 days. You try and finish the book on the 7th day. We call it Saptah. You complete it on the seventh day. Now the book is done, you have completed the works. It is as good as trying to know a saint within those few days. So now you are going to offer some nice little delicate meal to delicacies, a good meal to God, and who is there residing in the form of a saint, who is residing in your house in the form of a text, and offer it beautifully. You can cook something that either you like most, or you can offer it if you know the choices of the gods you are reading about. Now you read about it, you offer it, trust me, trust me. On the seventh day, something will happen which will be miraculous in its own way, which will be unexpected in your own way, and which will be as if the saints are visiting you or coming to see you and bless you. Friends, every time you do this, you are a couple of steps ahead in your spiritual journey. We call it Saptah. It's a very nice way of developing spiritually. There are more than thousands of saints. Can you imagine how enriched we'll be by the time we complete the journey? The other day I talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You bring a work on him if you want to start with. Let it be a small work, doesn't matter. And let us make a program of Saptah and read it from the beginning and finish it. Of course, he was born in somewhere in 1400. It is not that it is possible that for him to come there, but it could. Or you might meet someone from ISKCON, or you might meet someone from Swami Prabhupada's devotee. You never know. You never know. But you'll have some traces that you have reached him, or your services has reached the saint you are reading about. Now, this is a unique way of trying to make your spiritual journey go leaps and bounds in your life. I had yesterday talked about Jagannath Puri, and a nice little story I'm going to tell you about Jagannath Puri. Remember, more than trying to look upon it as miracles, try and look upon it as stories told to inculcate faith in you. Faith is also going to be limitless. You can reach to any heights of it. And the more you reach towards the faith, the extremes of faith, the more they are likely to manifest. It will help the unseen to manifest. So now I'm going to tell you that it is something to do with the Jagannath Puri story, where nowadays Jagannatha's chariot, Lord Jagannatha is Sri Krishna, Balram, and what is her name, the sister? Give me a second. I will leave that to you for you to find out, but it's a beautiful place, and it is regarding the devotion of Gaurang Mahaprabhu towards Lord Jagannatha. It has culminated into something known as a Rath Yatra, the chariot. Nowadays, the chariot is being taken, and there are thousands of people who want to now touch or push the chariot. And it's supposed to be a holy event. Now, it is so said, the stories about this chariot. Now, it is so said that sometime in the past, this chariot, when it was on the move, and when it was on the move, it came and stood, it came and stopped in front of a lane. It came and stopped in front of a lane. People tried to push it from there. Somehow it did not move. The chariot did not move. Now, of course, people started wondering why it has stopped here. Why is it not able to move? Many more people came forward to push it, but somehow the chariot did not move. Now what happened? People talked about it, and they finally realized that there was one lady staying at the end of the lane there, who had promised that if she was blessed by a son, a child, a girl, a daughter, whatever, if she is blessed by a child, Then on the fifth birthday, the fifth year of the child, she will want to keep the child in front of the chariot. Now, of course, she had probably asked for it in a desperation to want to have a baby, but somehow she had committed, and now it was the fifth year of the child, and the lady was to come and place the child in front of the chariot. Now, looking at the crowd and looking at the chariot and the huge chariot moving the child, the lady was very scared to keep the baby, and so she had decided to lock herself in the house and just forget that the chariot was there. But the chariot knew it. So the chariot, or rather I will say Lord Jagannatha knew it. So he decided to stay put till that desire was not fulfilled. You have committed yourself, so you have to do it. Now it so happened that people tried to tell her, you don't have to worry. Finally, one of the great followers of Jagannatha said, you don't worry. If you have promised it, you keep it. I'm sure Lord Jagannatha will save, or I shall save him. Don't worry. So somehow the lady was made to bring the child and keep the child, the baby, and to make the baby sit in front of the chariot. These are heart-throbbing stories. And of course the chariot began to move. Now as it came closer to the child, she was now about to everybody thought the child will get crushed. But the Jagannatha, the entire chariot, was supposed to have got raised where the child was and very gently moved away. Now this is, everybody then glorified Lord Jagannatha. There was like Jai Jagannatha and Jai Sudama and Jai Balaram, and story goes on. Now these are the stories which really don't worry about whether they are right, they are wrong, whether they are scientific or they are not. Science is one of the dimensions for the material knowledge. Faith is another dimension which probably will take you beyond the material world. Of course, I don't want to argue about it. I want to live with it because it has given me a beautiful moments of my life. I have had joyous tears in my eyes because I have talked about these saints, I've read about them, and every time my heart was drenched with joy and happiness and emotions. My journey went further and further. Remember, this is about Jagannatha, and today I want to try and introduce Adi Shankaracharya. I have great regards for Adi Shankaracharya. My father used to say he was one of the great saints who has revived Hinduism, who has revived Ved. Friends, it is necessary we know these because we will know more and more dimensions of Hinduism. Of course, you may belong to any other religion, you follow similar platform, you follow similar pattern, try to know your religion in this manner. But try and bring out the best of everything and see that all the people, whether they belong to that religion or not, tend to love your religion. They should tend to love you, love your religion and love all that you say about, because that is what should be the result. That should be the effect of religion and the saints on you. So we talked about two things today. We have talked about Saptah, the significance of Saptah, the 7-day program. And as I told you, on 7th day, you will have your blessings given by the saint you have talked about or read about. It will definitely take you in leaps and bounds towards your goal of enlightenment. And the second, we talked about a story of Jagannath Puri, the story of the chariot. Now remember, I'm going to talk. I also want to tell you that I'm going to talk about Adi Shankaracharya. That is for tomorrow's program. Today we dealt with two topics, Saptah and story of Jagannath Puri. And I hope you have liked it. And I want you to try and see if you want to read about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can bring one of his books and try and start your first Saptah Trust me, you are going to make your journey fast. This is Swami Radhikanand from Pune, taking the program on Kundalini Yoga and the path to enlightenment. Thank you.